Good morning, guys. I was out here doing my morning chores and something terrible happened. As you all know, this is my chicken coop surrounded by electric netting. And here is my electric netting. And these are the only two girls I have left. So I walked out the back door this morning and immediately saw a dead hen right outside the back porch. And then I came over to the chicken coop and saw that half of the netting is down. And not only is it down, the poles that hold the netting in place, the stakes, are just snapped in half. As of yesterday, I had 5 hens and Oreo, my rooster, as my laying flock, and then of course I have the new chicks that I had hatched out a couple months ago, waiting to be reintroduced to the now dwindling flock that I have. And this is not the first time this has happened to me. 2 years ago, the first chicken flock I ever had on this property, they were all wiped out by coyotes. That was before I had an automatic chicken door on my coop, which I do have now, but it apparently was not working last night. This is the run chicken coop door, and right here you can manually open it. As you can see, it's not doing much of anything. So it was frozen in the open position last night. And to be completely honest, this is not the first time I've had a problem with this door. I've been having problems recently with it staying frozen in either the open or closed position. I've changed the batteries out twice, and I had thought, now I'm not thinking that, but I had thought it was just a battery issue, that I was putting bad batteries, because we got a cheap set of batteries. I was putting bad batteries in this coop door, and so I've changed them out twice, and I think the last time I changed them out was a week ago. And I wasn't even aware that this wasn't closing. The only times I noticed it wasn't working is when it had locked in the closed position, because I'd come outside to do my chores and the chickens were still stuck in the coop. But apparently it's not working again, and it froze in the open position, which of course is problematic at night because I do live in an area that has coyotes, and if the chickens are out and about, they're vulnerable. And coyotes, I have seen coyotes jump this fence or go through it. They can jump very, very high. This is over a 5-foot fence that I have surrounding my property, and I've seen them clear it. So I'm not exactly sure why they felt the need to completely decimate my electric netting, but they did, and I'm not even sure that I can put this back up by tonight unless I go and get a new bunch of stakes today and completely fix this fence. But as of right now, that's also the least of my concerns, because if my girls have no safe place inside the coop to stay without getting inundated by coyotes tonight, the fence doesn't really matter. So I don't have anywhere in town to go and buy a new automatic chicken coop door. So what I'm gonna do is put new batteries in this coop door, close it, leave it closed, like lock it to closed, and then screw it back on the coop. And tomorrow morning when I let them out, I'll just have to unscrew the door completely until I get a new shipment in for a new coop door. Pretty, pretty girls. So the 2 chickens that I have left are my rocks, although all of my younger chickens are safe. This chicken tractor that we built is pretty heavy, pretty solid, and it looks like the coyotes didn't even bother with these guys in the coop. But I did lose 3 hens and a rooster last night, and that really stinks. Over here by the beehive, there's a bunch of evidence of what happened. Tons of feathers. I'm really sad about these. She was my favorite hen. And finding one this morning was pretty sad. I mean, it's never good. Even if they just disappear, you know that they probably died a horrible death at the hands of a coyote, but having to see it too is just terrible. I know that this isn't, you know, 100% my fault. I do a lot. I have 3 large dogs roaming this property. I have an electric netting fence, an automatic chicken coop door, and I do the best to try and take care of the animals that are under my care. But sometimes this happens. I don't have a livestock guardian dog. We don't get coyotes around here every night. But they are opportunistic predators, and they had an opportunity last night to eat their fill. It was our first frost, so they're cold, food is dwindling, and nature is cruel. So this stinks. I'm pretty sad about it, and I'm pretty upset that they had to completely decimate my infrastructure to take from me my beloved hens and my beloved rooster, Oreo. Freya, you're supposed to protect the chickens. Where were you? Sleeping? Were you sleeping warm last night? Is that why you didn't get the coyotes? You didn't get the mean coyotes because you were nice and warm in bed? Obviously, I want to use this as a PSA too. If you guys do use automatic chicken coop doors, specifically the run chicken, like I said, I have been having problems with it. I believe my warranty's expired, so I'm just gonna have to buy a brand new one. And I'm not sure I'm gonna get the same brand because, well, I don't know what went wrong with it. I replaced the battery several times. I just thought it was a bad battery issue, but it's not. And having a malfunction on a device like that that literally protects the lives of your livestock is not a good thing to be playing around with. It's not a problem I have to worry about. I want to have to worry about in the future. And that's a pretty grave malfunction. And I'm not blaming this whole thing on Run Chicken Coop doors. I have no affiliation with them. I'm not bad-mouthing them, but that is a serious issue. But enough about the chicken door. I can't do anything about it now. And I got these little guys. Girl. All right. But I've got 2 mature hens still alive and kicking. They're actually my hardiest girls. They used to beat up on Oreo all the time. They're just completely unbothered. But what I might end up doing now is, now that I only have 2 hens, once I get that chicken coop door fixed, I am going to probably move these hens in. I think I have 5 hens and 6 roosters from this last batch of hatching eggs that I did. I'm just gonna put the 5 hens I have in with my mature girls. Now that I only have 2, I'm less worried about them beating up on 5 young hens, and I don't have Oreo anymore, so I'm not concerned about him mounting very young hens. So once this coop door is fixed, I'll probably transition these girls in with my 2 girls I have left, and then I do want a rooster here. I do like the idea of being able to sustain a flock on my own without having to buy chickens. So I will take one of these roosters or the little guy that's still in the garage and figure out which one I want to keep for my flock. But that's about all I got, guys. Came out here and saw this. Cleaned up the 1 hen that was left by the coyotes, and I guess today we're gonna be fixing everything with the coop. It stinks. Not the morning I had planned. Definitely had planned a morning about the first frost coming to the garden, but I got this instead. There will also be a video about that. But today I have got to get these chickens secure and in this coop, because one thing I know is that the coyotes found their food easily last night, and they will absolutely be back for another easy meal if I don't get this taken care of. Well, thanks for joining me. Sorry it was depressing. Catch you guys on the next one.